Late-breaking WESH 2 News Sunrise starts now.
Happening right now on WESH 2 News Sunrise, promising a swift response. President Joe Biden is preparing for a worst-case scenario if Russia invades Ukraine. A local expert is weighing in on what this could mean for our economy. Plus, it is a wet start to your Saturday. We're timing out the latest storms that are moving across Central Florida right now. Hey there, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on your Super Bowl Sunday. I'm Jacqueline D'Agostino. So, Eric, with the Super Bowl, everyone's going to be out grilling. Maybe they want to watch the game outside on their pool deck or something like that. Are we going to be dealing with rain when it comes game time?
I've had so many people ask this, and I'm so happy to say, while yes, there's a lot of rain, it moves out right in time for the game. So good stuff. Just have to get through this soggy morning. Let's look outside. This is a shot from our tourist district tower cam. We're looking toward the Disney Springs area, and obviously there is raindrops on the lens. Our Super Bowl day planner forecast includes lots of clouds, lots of showers, but notice later on, 3, 4, 5 o'clock, those rain chances start to drop. Until then, though, plenty of rains around. Temperatures not really going to climb much because we've got the cloud cover. So instead of 84 like yesterday, we'll do 71 for our high temperature. Look at first warning Doppler radar, just completely covered in all of those passing showers. To the north, kind of starting to see some more rains pushing in through Marion County. A little pocket of heavier stuff developing around Palm Coast, Flagler Beach, and Painters Hill. Back over to Volusia County, some heavier rains around DeLand. Continuing showers through Orange, Seminole, and even Osceola counties. And these rains are now making it into Brevard County with some heavier stuff lifting in from like Fellsmere over toward southern Brevard County, Mico, Grant, Valcaria. And if your travels take you further south, you could see some of those heavier bands of rain there. Temperatures are warmer than they were yesterday. We're in the 50s and 60s. So your Super Bowl Sunday includes morning rains and then clearing little by little. We'll talk more about it neighborhood by neighborhood when I see it coming up in just a couple minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Eric. And we're following a very sad story out of Brevard County this morning. A Titusville man will remain behind bars in connection to a death of a disabled man that he was supposed to be caring for. John Deist is charged with felony abuse of a disabled adult. Titusville officers say they found the victim in a state of decomposition at a home on Kennedy Court. Now, Deist was living at the home and was the victim's sole caregiver. He's being held in the Brevard County Jail on no bond. And one girl is recovering this morning after falling from a ride at the Florida State Fair. The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says the girl dropped from a gondola ride but did not say how high she fell from. Now, she is expected to recover. An ongoing investigation is underway to determine why she fell off of that ride. And FHP is investigating a crash involving an Osceola County fire truck outside of the fire station. Now, officials say the fire engine was headed to a fire. They were responding to that when an SUV went around, stopped traffic, and then collided with the fire truck on Pleasant Hill Road. No firefighters were seriously hurt, but the person in the SUV was taken to the hospital. Now, troopers want to remind drivers to always follow traffic signals, especially in front of those fire stations. And you might see some extra law enforcement at Port Canaveral this week, but don't worry, this is not cause for an alarm. A multi-agency law enforcement training exercise is planned for Monday and Tuesday at the Port's Cruise Terminal 2 and the Victory Casino ship. Now, that training exercise will not interfere with normal port operations. For the second weekend, Osceola County School Board member John Arguello and his supporters gathered to protest what they call county corruption. Arguello serves District 3, and he's accused of intimidating former state representative and school district lobbyist Michael Horner to contribute to his sister's campaign. Now, she's running for a seat on the school board. Horner's attorney accused Arguello of engaging in hostile acts beyond the scope of his duty on the board. Arguello's supporters held signs in St. Cloud yesterday afternoon.
The genesis of this was the fact that the school board came out to send a letter to the governor to have me removed from office, and a lot of my supporters were contacting me, and we were trying to figure out a way that they can show their support for me in public, and a way that we can not just make it about me, but make it about the community and the issues of the community. And so anti-corruption seems to be prevalent.
The school board sent a letter to Governor DeSantis to have him decide if or how Arguello should be disciplined. And we've seen a number of school threat arrests across the country, including here in Central Florida, but one has taken an unusual turn. Police say a 13-year-old girl originally charged with making threats last year against a charter school in South Florida was actually framed by another student. The girl was detained for 2 weeks before police realized their mistake.
They should have really done more investigation before they accused and sent someone to jail, especially a minor.
Now, investigators say new evidence shows a 12-year-old girl used personal information to fake the teen's identity online. The 12-year-old is now facing additional charges. And a big story that we've been following for days now is the growing threat of a Russian invasion into Ukraine. Americans living in the country have been advised to now get out as President Biden prepares for swift action against Russia. WESH 2's Kelsey Thorne spoke with a local expert on what could happen next.
International concern continues to grow over a potential Russian invasion of Ukraine. President Biden spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin for over an hour Saturday, making clear America's stance.
If President Putin decides to take military action, we will swiftly impose severe economic sanctions in coordination with allies and partners around the globe. We'll bolster Ukraine's ability to defend itself. We will reinforce our allies on the eastern flank of NATO.
The same day as the president's call, the Pentagon announced over 150 Florida National Guard service members currently in Ukraine would be moved to a different European country out of an abundance of caution. U.S. officials warning an invasion could be imminent.
There could be a very substantial invasion of Ukraine. It could include trying to take down the capital of Kyiv.
Here in Florida, local academics say the situation appears very fragile, and what exactly will happen seems to be up in the air.
The conversation has gone from that it's imminent to Washington, the White House backed off of using the term that it was imminent, but it seems like even though they're not using that term, it seems like there's a continued concern that something's going to happen.
The U.S. is sending an additional 3,000 troops to Poland. They will join the 1,700 already there to assist Americans leaving Ukraine.
Washington has been very careful about not deploying combat troops to Ukraine. They haven't even mentioned deploying combat troops to Ukraine. The talk has been mainly about economic sanctions as a form of punishment.
Kelsey Thorne, WESH 2 News.
Now, many are wondering why Ukraine and why now? Russian President Vladimir Putin says it's about stopping NATO expansion. So you can see that Ukraine is now one of the last European countries bordering Russia to not be a part of the treaty organization. Meanwhile, a former U.S. ambassador to Russia claims that Putin's intentions are more sinister.
Putin has been obsessed with bringing Ukraine back into subjugation to Russia.
Now, here at home, a war with Russia could have devastating impacts on our economy. On Friday, as tensions rose, the S&P 500 plunged nearly 2%. That's about a $2,500 drop for the average American's 401k. Gas prices would also spike as Russia is one of the largest oil providers in the world. And we're staying on top of this developing story overseas, and we'll continue to monitor the latest advances by Russia and reaction from the U.S. and other NATO allies. Make sure that you stay with us on air and online for continuing coverage. The California Supreme Court blocks a bid to free one of Charles Manson's cult members. 71-year-old Leslie Van Houten has been serving a life sentence for killing a couple back in 1969. A judge denied a request for parole back in November. Now, her attorneys filed an appeal arguing that California Governor Gavin Newsom did not follow due process in rejecting her release. And turning now to our coronavirus coverage this morning, a new treatment could be coming soon. The FDA hasn't approved it yet, but if and when it does, the Biden administration hopes to make it available right away. The health secretary announced the purchase of 600,000 treatment courses. Now, data shows this treatment works against the Omicron variant, unlike most monoclonal antibody treatments that are already available. And the CDC says some Americans, like those that are in the high-risk category, might need a second booster shot. Now, this this is because boosters' protection against severe COVID drops after about 4 months. Data shows the Omicron variant hospitalization was down by 54% 5 months after getting boosted, and vaccine effectiveness dropped to 76% against the Delta variant. And stores across the U.S. are dropping their mask mandates for vaccinated employees. And one of those stores is Walmart. Walmart says unvaccinated employees and those who work in pharmacies will still be required to wear a mask, though. Now, the changes will go into effect for all stores unless it's required by the state or local government. Amazon also announced a mask rule change earlier this week. And yesterday, Universal Orlando started allowing vaccinated guests to go to their park without a mask. The third annual 1619 Fest is happening today. So this is Central Florida's biggest Black History Month celebration. 1619 historically marks the arrival of African captives. Now, this event is happening from noon to 6 p.m. at West New England Avenue over in the Winter Park area. There's going to be local performers, vendors, workshops, and so much more for you to enjoy. Also in honor of Black History Month, a Stepford University student will portray Edith Stark, a prominent leader of the civil rights movement. Student Delisha Bent will have a free presentation at 2 p.m. today at the Deltona Regional Library. Edith Stark was an educator and civil rights activist. Now, Bent is a theater art major and became a fan of Stark while she was researching her life. Still to come right here on Sunrise, taking the plunge, the important cause that had hundreds of people braving the cold water, and later.
You have to return this, you're not the real deal and you're an imposter.
A minor league baseball team's mascot costume was stolen, and now mascots from all across the country, and even in Canada, are helping to get it back.
It's helped my confidence. It's helped my family with knowing that I can do things anybody else can do.
Hundreds of people made a run for the chilly water for the 12th annual Polar Plunge at Aquatica Water Park. It was hosted by our very own Jim Payne and Meredith McDonough, benefiting Special Olympics Florida. And while it wasn't necessarily cold yesterday, WESH 2's Sanaika Brigadigas spoke to some people who took the plunge all for a good cause.
They're freezing for a reason.
Dashing for the chilly waters in support of Special Olympics Florida.
For everybody like me to have a good time.
Despite a warm, sunny Saturday, in true Florida fashion, some people were still not so sure about taking a plunge.
I've already tested the water. It's a little bit cold. I'm excited. You too, right?
No, I'm not excited. No, I don't want to go in the water. Maybe for the rides.
Special Olympics transforms lives through the joy of sports.
It's helped my confidence. It's helped my family with knowing that I can do things anybody else can do.
Supporting people with intellectual disabilities in 200 countries.
Giving these kids an opportunity to realize their dreams and go out there and compete.
This year's Polar Plunge raised more than $135,000. It'll help 60,000 athletes in Florida.
And that's to provide year-round sports training and competition, leadership development, health services, and inclusive programming.
Raising money is especially crucial this year because Central Florida will host the Special Olympics USA Games this summer, where thousands of athletes will compete.
This is also our 50th year anniversary, so this is really a special plunge.
Welcome to Aquatica.
As WESH 2's Jim Payne and Meredith McDonough hosted the 12th annual event, people split into groups and took a run for a splash at the Aquatica Water Park, having fun to give back.
This event is all about inclusion. Special Olympics Florida is about inclusion.
In Orlando, Sanaika Brigadigas, WESH 2 News.
Special Olympics Florida has raised a total of $2 million since it started 12 years ago. And WESH 2's Jim Payne and Meredith McDonough, they didn't just host, they also participated, taking the polar plunge themselves, and they jumped in, braving the cold weather. Oh my gosh, I love Mare's face. It's priceless. All right. One of the largest gatherings of ham radio enthusiasts continues today at the Central Florida Fairgrounds. Hamcation returned this weekend after it was postponed last year. The National Association for Amateur Radio holds workshops and training for those looking to sharpen radio technology and radio communication. Ham radio is still used in emergencies. This is the 75th year for that event. And Central Florida is celebrating the Lunar New Year this morning with the 10th annual Dragon Parade. Mayor Buddy Dyer will join other community leaders in celebrating the East Asian holiday. This is the Year of the Tiger, and that parade kicks off at 11 a.m. on Lake Highland Drive and North Mills Avenue and continues to Thornton Avenue. Time right now is 6:17, and we have to talk about our local weather here in Central Florida. So, Eric, a lot of people want to know what the weather is going to be like, not only this morning, but also it's the Super Bowl. They're going to be out watching the game. So is the rain going to ruin those plans?
No, that's the good news. This morning, yes, it is a soggy start, so you have to have your rain gear. But by the afternoon, we clear out all the rain, all of the cloud cover, and you're able to go back to wearing your team gear and doing so without having to be shamed into the raincoats over top. Look outside right now, and it is damp in Brevard County. Just had that line of rains move into Melbourne. That's where this tower cam is located. Temperatures here in the mid-60s, and basically all of us are in either the upper 50s or 60s across town. But the temperatures aren't the big focal point. It's the rains that are around. Take a look at first warning Doppler radar. Look through the metro. We are all just socked in with some rains kind of picking up a little bit in intensity through Celebration. That'll work right through Hunters Creek, up the beach line, and get into downtown Orlando here shortly. Speaking of which, nice steady rains through downtown, up through Winter Park, little waves of rain out around, say, the Union Park area, out toward the University of Central Florida. Out to the west, ripples of heavier stuff around Sorrento, working eventually into West Volusia County. A little bit of lighter rains kind of exiting Ocala, getting back into those showers. Pocket of heavier rain around Palm Coast and down through about the Daytona Beach area. You can see Daytona through Dunlawton and Port Orange, even into New Smyrna Beach. And there are those heavier downpours now working right over the airport, which is where our tower cam is located. Mico, Grant, Valcaria, the Sebastian Inlet. We'll be watching some of those heavier rains working your direction from Blue Cypress Lake and Fellsmere. All of this associated with a cold front. And while our radar isn't looking great, we've got a lot of rains, it's some nastier stuff down into South Florida. Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys dealing with some very strong rains this morning. At least ours is more of a frustrating light mist of sorts. In terms of temperatures, upper 60s, lower 70s today. Our 12-hour forecast takes us through the day with plenty of showers, but notice the early afternoon, 3, 4, 5 p.m., that's when the rain coverage starts to drop off and we start to clear things out. 71 our 3 o'clock temperature, 66 by 6 o'clock. As the rains exit, we start to push in that cooler, drier air. In terms of timing the rain out, look at our radar. This is Futurecast 10 o'clock, still with plenty of showers. That persists through the backside of your lunch hour. And then from west to east, we clear things out and start to cool things down right in time for the Super Bowl. So scattered showers this morning, midday on. We start to watch the radar clear, and this afternoon, I'm happy to say the rains come to an end, the sky's clear, and you're looking at great weather for the kickoff of the Super Bowl. Remember, though, you can always have our radar in the palm of your hands by downloading the WESH 2 mobile app. It'll even send you push notifications for showers and storms approaching, and of course, if there is any stronger storms around. 7-day forecast showing the cloudy, wet weather for us today. For tomorrow, of course, it's Valentine's Day. Chilly start with readings in the 40s. A romantic lunch date, mid-50s for you. We'll get up to about 64. Tuesday, Wednesday, temperatures start to climb. Notice Thursday into Friday, we get into a few showers. Look at Friday into Saturday. Plenty of rains around, and that continues right through race weekend. We'll have to watch the trends on that. Stay with us. We'll be right back.